Hard day at the office.
Like the sign says, he's a hard man for hard times, and by he, I mean me.
Agent Jaqueen.
It's Joaquin. This is Agent Meyer. We're new in the Fargo office. We thought we'd come by and see why you aren't enforcing any of our laws.
What laws?
Well, you know, gun laws, drug laws, any of a half dozen other American laws passed and ratified by the United States government that you don't seem to recognize.
Well, Agent Jaqueen, I think you'll find that there is no one on God's green earth who is a greater enforcer of the laws of this land than Roy Tillman.
Why do I feel like there's a but here?
But what you need to know is that I am law of the land. Elected by the residents of this county to interpret and enforce the Constitution given unto us by Almighty God.
Freedom.
Amen.
You know, I hear that word a lot out here. I'm curious what you think it means.
Agent, if you don't know what freedom is, I don't think me saying the words out loud is going to teach you.
You should all be having as good a time as John Hamm is having on Fargo right now.
I mean, John Hamm is a treasure. A treasure to the douchiest males out there.
Oh, man, tearing it up on Fargo. This is TV10 Podcast, episode 0472, I'm going to guess.
Yes, you are absolutely correct, and we are tearing it up, not in a hot tub per se, but we are tearing it up here in the Outlaw Studios here in Sosala. And
little post-Thanksgiving recording.
Oh, yeah, we do this for you because we love you.
Everybody else took it off.
No.
We're not.
We will persevere whether you like it or not.
Yeah, you didn't ask for it, but we're doing it anyway.
Yeah, well, everybody did like our last episode quite a bit.
I hope so.
Quite a few downloads, I found out.
Boris. Way
Yes.
to go, Boris.
Thank you, Boris, and thank you for giving us the inside scoop as to what BlackBerry did and did not do correctly.
You got to see it. Whether you see the original, I think the movie is an hour 20 or so. It's a relatively short movie.
Yeah.
But also the expanded version on AMC Plus.
That is the only way to watch it, honestly.
Yeah, that's the one I watched.
Yeah. I think I'm going to have to start making some decisions where I go back to AMC and go, all right, let's see what you got.
Yeah, the movie, the guy that Glenn Howerton from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia played, I read his review of the movie. He says, yeah, that was like 5% me. He says, Glenn Howerton did a fucking great job, but I was not that big of an asshole.
Yeah, when
of course, why would you admit to being that much of an asshole?
I mean, it's one thing to kind of say the quiet part out loud, like, you know, like you're saying you want to get evil all the time and you want to incarcerate your enemies. But maybe just keep it on the low and let your lawyers try to explain it away.
Yeah.
Just
so we're drinking here some Outlaw Distillery spiced rum.
Yes, it's been a while since we had some spiced rum here, but it is the holidays. It is kind of officially Christmas season.
Yeah. And what you whipped up here just tastes like drinking an apple pie.
Literally, if not figuratively.
And I know this because, had some apple pie over the Thanksgiving.
Oh.
So it's fresh in my memory. So this is right there.
So this is like apple pie, except better.
With alcohol.
Yes. Yes. Now, if we could just get in, you know what just hit me right now? If you put in like a scoop of ice cream in there.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, God damn it. Why am I... Do we have any ice cream?
Do not, no.
Okay, do we have anything in the budget where we could get some ice cream?
Yeah.
Could we Uber Eats this?
Not right now, but...
God damn it. All right. We'll have to... Let's put this in the recipe book.
I don't know if I would dare Uber Eats anything frozen.
Well, it would depend on how quickly they could get the stuff over and keep it frozen. What's been your experience with it?
Not great.
Okay, then there's our answer right there. So we'll have to put it into the budget if we could get one of our interns. Oh, yeah, that's right. We have no interns.
Okay, and all that's out of the way. Here's some new stuff coming at you this week.
New stuff.
Here's some actually new stuff here. On Wednesday, the 29th, there is a new series, The Artful Dodger.
Oh.
You know that story, right?
No, I do not.
Really? You don't know the old Charles Dickens classic tale from
Oh, okay. Now it's
the sequel to Oliver Twist?
okay. Wait, a sequel?
Yeah, well, that's what it says here anyway.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm aware of it. I couldn't put it together.
It's
right away.
on Hulu, and it's set in 1950s Australia. David Thewlis is in this,
Okay.
and Tim Minchin. That'll be weird. Okay.
And just to explain to people why it would be weird, other than the fact that it's being set in Australia, do you care to explain for everyone here?
Tim Minchin, I believe, is the musician, the sardonic musician.
Okay.
And he's also an actor. The thing I can think of he appeared on was Californication. Kind of playing himself.
Okay, now it's starting to come back to me. Oh, fuck! Really?
The rock star dude. One of the rock star characters on Californication.
They got him involved in this.
It looks like it. Yeah. Wow. Says right here he's involved.
All right.
So also the third and final season of Pretty Hard Cases on Freevee. It's I believe it's a Canadian import, starring Meredith McNeil from the Baroness von Sketch Show. It's basically a female buddy cop series.
Okay.
It's pretty funny.
All right. And the people from Baroness von Sketch, they have always done some great stuff. How could it go wrong?
Yeah. Thursday on Netflix, we got a Christmas movie from Jennifer Garner and Ed Helms.
Okay.
It's Freaky Friday times 2.
Right.
They swap bodies with their kids, and also their baby swaps bodies with the family dog.
Okay.
And Christmas wackiness ensues.
And the title again?
Family Switch.
Okay. And
That's on Thursday.
And this is Netflix, not a Disney thing.
That's a Netflix thing, yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Also, you got the second part of Virgin River. It's also Christmassy. We have a couple of new series here. One is called Obliterated, also on Netflix. It's from the people who did Cobra Kai. It's about a special forces team that tries to prevent a deadly attack on Las Vegas.
Because, Christmas.
Yeah, not very Christmassy, that one. But if you see the trailer, check it out on YouTube. It's for Obliterated on Netflix.
Okay.
It's looks like a fucking crazy show.
All right. Yeah, it kind of also sounds like something out of, whatchamacallit, Call of Duty. So,
A little bit. It looks a little video gamey, yeah.
Okay. So, if you're like pressing your thumbs at the air and you're going, why is my character not doing this? It's not a game, dude.
Yeah.
So.
Are you familiar with a comedian and actor Sebastian Maniscalco?
No.
He's been in a lot of stuff. You'd recognize if you saw him. He finally is headlining his own series. It's called Bookie. It's on Max.
Okay.
This is from Chuck Lorre, who did 2.5 Men and all those shows. And this marks Chuck Lorre's finally making peace with Charlie Sheen.
Whoa. Okay.
Charlie Sheen appears in this. He's a sort of a drop-in character here and there.
Okay. So basically just a smidgen of Sheen.
Yeah, just a little bit of Sheen. It's about an LA bookie played by Sebastian Maniscalco who's struggling to keep up in the times of legalized gambling.
Okay. And by the way, that's our title now, Smidgen of Sheen.
Smidgen of Sheen, yeah.
A smidgen of Sheen helps the medicine go down.
Yeah.
The tiger blood go down.
Winning. On Friday, December 1st. Fuck, it's already December.
Jesus.
Uh-huh.
It's coming out around.
Yeah. This is the new movie. It's on Netflix. Again, May, December. It's about a woman who years ago had a scandal. She had an affair with a teenage boy.
Like you do.
And now she's living the quiet life out of the spotlight in the suburbs. But she's being shadowed by an actress played by Natalie Portman, who is going to play her in the biopic about her scandal.
Oh.
And all sorts of shit gets weird there.
I am loving this already.
This is a Todd Haynes movie, so
Okay.
even more intrigue here. And Netflix paid $11 million for this after seeing it at Cannes.
That's a bargain. You're laughing, but at the same time, that is a fucking
Well,
bargain.
Julianne Moore is a goddamn treasure. for
Well,
one thing.
yeah.
And
Well,
so is Natalie Portman.
okay. Here's my question here. I'm gonna.
Natalie Portman will fit in your pocket.
Well, yes, and that goes without saying.
Yeah.
No, but here's my question though. And this is Sophie's choice now. Would you keep Julianne Moore or Carla Gugino?
Oh shit,
So-
that's a tough one.
You don't have to respond right away, but I'm just saying.
That's a tough one.
If you had to pick one, I mean,
Yeah.
who do you really
Yeah,
choose?
and I did power through the Fall of the House of Usher.
What'd you think?
Hit and miss.
Okay, but you were a completist,
Yes, so-
and you.
yeah. After spoiler, pretty much everybody dies in it. But the one I don't know who the actress is, but she played the character named Camille.
Okay.
She was like a real PR ballbuster type.
Oh.
She was my favorite, and she met her end about halfway through. But I still made it to the finale.
Now, how many episodes was it again?
I think it was about 8.
Okay. So, and that's all you need.
Yeah,
So get your edibles ready.
but it was pretty good.
Yeah, get your edibles ready. Get your day cleared off your calendar. That's how you do Christmas.
Yeah, and speaking of getting your edibles ready, Candy Cane Lane on Prime Video on Friday.
Okay.
This is Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy Christmas movie.
Yeah, and usually that doesn't sound good, but
But he's basically, it's, you remember the home house decorating competition in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation?
Yes.
Or that Danny DeVito movie, Deck the Halls. It's got kind of that kind of vibe where Eddie Murphy is like overly competitive and in the neighborhood house decorating field.
Yeah.
So he enlists the help of an elf,
like you do.
played by Jillian Bell.
Now that is a good reason to watch.
She's got a little devilish intent. Yeah.
Well, elves are just natural tricksters.
Yes.
It's science.
Yeah. Also on Friday, the third season of Slow Horses with Gary Oldman on
Yay.
Apple TV Plus.
Yay.
Got your spy stuff going on. Saturday, the second of 3 Doctor Who specials coming up. This one's Wild Blue Yonder. David Tennant and Catherine Tate are back for another adventure.
I did watch the first one.
How'd you
today.
like it?
Honestly, it's like they didn't even. It's like they didn't lose their chemistry. But here's the thing. I'm not going to spoil it, but there's 2 things I noticed. Number one, this special is going to hit certain people a certain way,
Okay.
and it's on Disney.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Doctor Who has made the move from BBC America and BBC to here in America on Disney Plus.
Which is the other thing that was really interesting because we talked about this before that Doctor Who is now going to be on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
But I went to Max because that's where all the other Doctor Who stuff has been on there.
Okay. Is it still there?
It's still there.
All right.
Yeah, even up until the 13th Doctor, that's where it ends right there.
Okay.
So when Max says, all right, Disney, you can have this, which I doubt is going to happen.
I don't know. It sounds like a very Max thing to do. Just unload shit
Yeah.
in the dead of night.
Normally, I would agree with you, but somewhere in the back of my mind, David Zaslav is going, all right, why don't we unload this to... Wait, it costs us money? Wait, we earn money from this? Fuck Disney and fuck Bambi. We're taking this. I don't care
All
what
right.
those mouse motherfuckers say.
And wrapping up on Saturday, I don't usually mention these Hallmark and Lifetime movies because they're all pretty much the same thing. This one's a little different.
Oh,
This one's called Ladies of the 80s, A Diva's Christmas. It is about 5 soap opera stars from days gone by who are reuniting for a Christmas episode of their long-running soap opera, The Great Lakes. Check this out.
Okay.
These 5 women reuniting are Lonnie Anderson,
Okay.
Morgan Fairchild, Linda Gray, Donna Mills, and Nicolette Sheridan. That
Okay.
is 80s soap opera royalty right there.
What was that? Let's see. After Lonnie Anderson, it was
Morgan Fairchild, Linda Gray,
Linda Gray. Wow.
Donna Mills, and Nicolette Sheridan.
Now remind me, Linda Gray from Buck Rogers?
No, different Gray.
Oh, I'm
This would
thinking
be
Aaron
Linda Gray, either from Dallas or Dynasty. One of those.
Okay. That's right. It was Aaron Gray. Now, that
Yeah,
I'm thinking
Donna
about it.
Mills,
Okay,
I
my bad.
believe, is from Dynasty.
Yeah.
And Nicolette Sheridan, she was on at least one, but she was most recently on Desperate Housewives back in the day.
Bigger question: whose Botox looks better?
Oh man,
I mean-
it's a toss up here.
And you've seen recent photos of them,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I've seen the trailer for this, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Who
more-
got the touch up better?
Some have had more work done than others.
And that's where you go, okay, I want that doctor. I want them to work on me.
Yeah, and the movie's theme song is performed by Tiffany, just wrapping it all in a bow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Boy. I don't think we're alone now in saying this is going to be an interesting Hallmark movie. Bigger question: Are we going to do a revisit of our way back when 11th episode where we just dove into all the holiday movies? Do we want to do that? I mean,
Maybe
all right.
we'll see.
I'm just saying, just because we have new listeners, and after 472 episodes, some of them,
We have new listeners.
as far as I know,
Okay,
they may
I'll
not
take your word for that.
they may not be aware of the joy. Well, okay, maybe that's not the right word. The work. No, that's not the word. What we reviewed with the Christmas movies from Hallmark and
Yeah, they haven't gotten any better.
no, they never have. But we could tell you the tropes you can get through, so you can.
Yeah, I think
Get past
I think
it.
most people might know them if they've ever seen one Hallmark Christmas movie.
Yeah.
If you've seen one, you know exactly the way they go.
You know how this is going to work, and we can make it into a drinking game.
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
Bigger question. Hey, how are we doing on our lawyer retainer? Okay, we're covered, so we should be able to pull it off.
And yeah, so this I watched. I finally got around to it. It's been on the list to get to. Pain Hustlers on Netflix, starring Emily Blunt and Chris Evans, and to a smaller extent, Andy Garcia.
Yeah, for a very, very small extent.
But it is it's not based on any one story. It's a story that was put together for a book, a fictional book about pharmaceutical reps and the lengths they'll go to make a sale,
Yeah.
and the people who kind of get drawn into this line of work
And,
because they have nowhere else to go.
Yeah, and even though we appreciate the work of Emily Blunt, can we all agree Chris Evans is just oozing the power of douche nozzle?
Oh yeah, rocking the goatee.
Yeah.
It just in the Jersey accent and everything, just a real douchebag. And yeah, it's definitely worth checking out. Emily Blunt is probably the best part of the movie.
Oh, well, that-
she usually is the best part of most movies.
Yes, but again, if I had to make a Sophie's choice between Chris Evans and John Hamm,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean-
going to be John Hamm.
yeah,
Yeah.
only just because he went the extra mile with nipple gauges while soaking
I
it
don't
up
know-
somewhere in
I don't
North
know if
Dakota.
they're real, but
Do you care?
no, it doesn't matter. Just the visual there is there forever now.
Yeah.
And also in this movie, Emily Blunt is very good, but she's not much of a stripper.
No. It's
That's
okay.
where the movie begins, and she's not a good stripper.
Aw.
Hence, she has to get into pharmaceutical sales.
Which is probably a good choice. Or a good training ground. I'll let you decide which way is better.
But yeah, I would definitely recommend that movie.
Yeah. All right. And
It's so hard. Wants to be Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
But
I'm sorry. How did you pronounce it again?
the
what?
Wolf of Wall Street. I'm
Thank
sorry. We are broadcasting live from Utah, so therefore it is the Wolf of Wall Street.
Thank you. I was trying to figure out what was that word again. So thank you for clarifying that. So it's okay. It's probably the genius juice really making you say the hard L.
And
So.
we have a tragedy.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Oh,
Yeah, is our friend on Twitter?
Which friend? You mean the Frank Chris?
Yes,
Oh, yeah, I did see it today.
on Zitter.
Yes. Oh, tragedy.
Sid Croft,
No, Marty Croft.
Marty Croft.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sid, I think he dead already, but let me find out. But you want to riff on that while I look it up
Well,
here?
apparently the brothers were not getting along in later days.
Yeah. And, holy shit. He's still alive, Sid Croft.
Yeah,
Marty, not so much. He definitely dead.
yeah.
And for
Who brought you such mind fuckery as Sigmund and the Sea Monsters,
H&R Puff and stuff,
Lidsville,
Land of the Lost.
Far Out Space Nuts?
Oh my God. So if ever you wanted to know how LSD will affect your mind, that's the programming. Actually, there's another programming I watched over the holidays, and I'll tell you about in a second here.
Okay.
But yeah, Marty Croft, for people of a certain age, he and his brother Sid, they were branded the kings of Saturday morning programming there
Uh-huh.
with
Oh,
those
yeah.
shows that we're talking about. And again, you can't make any of the shit up. I mean, you with H&R Puff and stuff, a little kid that has a magic flute with a dragon that called H&R's Puff and stuff, and they're trying to get away from Witchy Poo.
So fucking weird.
Oh my! we can't even begin to explain the mind fuckery here. But if it helped you prepare for shows like Legion and what were some other mind fuckery shows that you could think of right off the bat?
I think we're good with Legion.
Yeah, that's the pinnacle right there. If you could get past Sid and Marty Croft's production, you can handle things like Legion. And that's why we're as well adjusted as we are, as far as you know. So, but yeah.
Now, Gen X had it weird.
Well, yeah. Yeah, and now it's all about, oh, we got to learn a lesson from this episode. We have to do something to not corrupt the kids' minds. Oh, fuck that.
I would also like you to write down Gen X had it weird.
Yes, I am writing it as we speak. Had it. Did we have it weird, though? Or
Oh, yes.
just tripping balls?
We definitely had it weird.
Okay.
And also, this new, let me find it here, this new thing.
What other new thing do we have here?
Well, I got to check. I need to consult my show tracker to make sure I'm not leaving anything out here.
See, this would help if we had, like, interns and they
Yeah.
could just say, hey, don't forget this, Mr. Frost.
The
or-
Curse, holy fuck.
Oh, boy.
We're on, I think, episode 2 or 3. It's just,
Now, that's the
I'd
one,
like to know where this is going to end up.
This is the one with Nate Fielder and...
Emma Stone
that's all right.
and Benny Safdie.
So, this happened, I don't know if
It's
you...
made to be as uncomfortable as fuck, and they are succeeding.
So, speaking of which, I don't know if you do the same thing I do. I usually watch like the late night stuff on YouTube, and Fielder and Stone were we're together.
On Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Oh my god!
And Nathan Fielder just playing the hipster actor from hell.
Oh god! I was watching this and I was like, I should turn away, but
Well, this
yeah,
is the paper of record. I think you should call the New York Times. Call, leave a message.
yeah. They said that you were absolutely.
A stiff and wooden actor.
And it's like, will you call him right now? Just call him right there.
And Emma Stone just playing along for the whole thing.
Yeah, I think she was just going, I don't know what the fuck's happening, but whatever.
Let's just do this.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much her whole MO. Let's just get through this.
And also over on Stars, I know we have no love for Stars anymore.
Fuck them.
But Shining Vale with Courtney Cox and Greg Kinnear, just getting darker and stranger as it goes. I do not see a third season for this thing because it Stars. And even though you have Courtney Cox and Greg Kinnear in a show, you hear almost nothing about it. It's like no one's talking about it. So
You
therefore,
hear the critical praise.
there's no buzz to be heard about
Yeah.
this show.
And why do people not hear about it? And I answer, it's on Stars.
That's the biggest part, yeah.
Oh, the problem is branding, number one. Number two, it's advertising as well. Jesus. How hard is this for Stars? Honestly, not everything has to be about Fitty. It really doesn't. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so I don't want to give them too much credit because they know what they did to heels.
And so I was reading and writing about something. I can't remember when it was. It might be maybe it's next week or the next couple weeks. Demi Lovato has a Christmas special
Oh, boy.
on the Roku channel.
What? Okay. All right. So not Hallmark, not Lifetime.
Nope.
Straight to Roku.
Yeah, she's who are her guest stars? Paris Hilton is one of them.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and JoJo the singer is one of them.
Okay.
Trixie Mattel, drag star, is one of them.
Wait, say that last one
Trixie Mattel.
again? Okay.
She's a drag superstar. I
right.
hear.
All right.
And but this is her first holiday special. But I did find her sort of what could have been considered her first holiday special way back about 2009 or so.
That was, Demi was part of the Mouse House, right?
Yeah, she definitely was a Disney kid. And this is back when she would have been probably 19 or 20.
Okay.
And she was appearing on the Eric Andre show.
Oh, fuck.
And I found this clip on YouTube, which I would go search Eric Andre Demi Lovato on YouTube. And it's apparently Eric Andre was having a New Year's Eve special, but it was Halloween themed.
Okay.
So it was spooky.
Okay.
And then Sebastian Bach shows up from Skid Row. It's all kind, and Hannibal Buress is there. That's back when he was on the show.
All right.
And Demi Lovato has no fucking idea what's going on. And this is probably back when she was on drugs too, so that probably didn't help.
Okay, so a couple of things. Number one, I think we need to put this on the social medias.
Okay. Yeah.
And number two, can we agree, based off of what you just explained, Eric Andre broke Demi?
Maybe.
I think.
He might have been part of it. I don't know if he was the whole answer to that, but
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that he is in whole the reason for it, but I'm just saying, to your point, she was doing quite a bit. If you're tripping balls like that, and you
go on the Eric Andre show,
wouldn't that be the straw that breaks
the thing
you?
is that was like over 10 years ago, and people are still getting suckered into appearing on the Eric Andre show. Mm-hmm. Apparently doing no research whatsoever or having no one who works for them do any kind of research.
Yeah.
Just showing up on Eric Andre's show and getting fucking punked like that.
Oh my God. This is wonderful.
The clip is beautiful. You just need to see it. It's so great.
All right.
And speaking of punked, I think we need to get to sports.
Oh yeah. So you better hit the music.
It's sports with Tommy Milagro. Go team!
From the sports desk of the TV10 podcast, we deliver to you only the sport of professional wrestling. And we're going to talk about certain things in WWE land in a second here. But let's address a couple things first in the week. And that's the National Wrestling Alliance. I covered for them for SlamWrestling.net. And even though I have an MBA, I mean...
Oh, because you have an MBA.
Because despite whatever, they made the announcement that they are now on the CW app.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
But it's now official.
Okay.
So now...
As in right now?
as we are talking live on air.
So what's on the CW app as far as WWE goes?
Basically, just their other stuff. I didn't research it too much, but here's the thing that's real interesting. Well, I'm trying to pull up CW right now, which will take a second here. But basically, they have NWA Power on there right now from the beginning of September, which is when NWA 75 ended, and that's when they started their season of Power.
Okay.
All the way up to October 24th, and that was just before their Samhain pay-per-view
Okay.
on the 31st. As for what's on the CW right now, other than, episodes of Dawson's Creek, Sullivan's Crossing, F-Boy Island, let's see, what else?
All the greats.
Grimm, Rain, 90210, The Librarians. But here's the thing that's interesting, and they are right to crow about this. That's great. They're not on the CW proper.
Not yet.
So that beggars the question, when will that happen? And is all the rumors of, because of that one spot at Samhain, souring things with the executive at the CW? I am researching this, and I will be following the story as it develops.
Okay.
Because I actually treat journalism not like a hobby, but I'm not a fucking mark either, so.
All right.
Yeah. But having said that, and now that brings us to last Saturday, and that...
You talking about yesterday? Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, even though we're live on the air this Sunday,
Yeah.
as we're talking. Now, WWE had Survivor Series, which was interesting. Usually it's on a Sunday. They did it on a Saturday.
On the Peacock?
Yep, if you flock to the cock.
Mm-hmm.
And to counter-program that, AEW...
Yeah.
AEW had...
Let's just put all our shows on Saturday.
Well, here's the thing. They moved their Rampage show from Friday to Saturday to counter-program.
Mm-hmm.
So at least for a few hours, if you wanted to flip to TNT to watch Rampage and Collision, because they had some good matches with the Continental Classic going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, and I did a review for this for SlamWrestling.net, because, again, I have an MBA.
Of course.
They did a fantastic job with the War Games matches for the men and the women.
Mm-hmm.
The women's match at the beginning of the hour stole the show.
I saw some clips.
Oh,
I haven't
my-
seen the whole show yet, but I saw some clips.
Oh, it was just violent as fuck. You have not lived until you've
A
seen
whole lot of off the top of the cage action.
literally. And there's one spot where Io Sky
Yeah.
puts a trash can on top of her body at the top of the cage and launches herself into a crossbody onto all the women down below.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, the Japanese do not fucking play around. If you hear a Japanese wrestler, man or woman, fucking run. Fucking turn the other way. If you said to me, Tom, you're going to be in a wrestling match. Okay. It's going to be with this Japanese wrestler. I'm out. Fucking run away. Now the whole show had a bit of what I like to call donut booking. It had a great beginning and it had a great ending with the men's War Games match, which is just as fucking violent.
Uh-huh.
The middle, kind of a bit of a hole.
Okay.
Basically, I think I had to limerick one of the matches as far as a recap goes, because I just stopped caring at this point. But the men's match, it was supposed to be, and that featured the return of Randy Orton and everybody at the Allstate Arena in Rosemont, Illinois, which is a suburb of Chicago. You see where I'm going to head with this in a second?
Okay.
Big pop for that. And then Orton's team won. Everybody was happy, and then all of a sudden, those familiar riffs of Cult of Personality Chicago exploded because, yes, Virginia, CM Punk is back in WWE. And as even Triple H even mentioned, that's right, hell is just frozen over. So, and apparently, excuse me.
Oh.
Sorry. Ooh, I was just getting a little verklempt there. So that led to a couple of things. So number one, and this is in our news and rumors section, and there's some other stories following that after the at the post media scrum, but basically only Triple H and Nick Khan knew about the deal to bring Punk back. So at a post Survivor Series press conference, Triple H mentioned that there's no animosity between him and Rock. Waited. Mm-hmm. And they are different people from what they used to be. They're older and wiser. There was also word that Punk's work with UFC as a commentator helped influence the decision to bring him back. Also, with respect to Khan and Triple H, I guess the whole thing took 10 days. So that's why it hasn't leaked out as hard as it did. There was speculation, but nothing concrete. So according to other sources, the deal Punk has is going to be a multi-year deal with WWE.
Oh, that's optimistic.
Yeah, I know. So, yeah, and that's why I'm making the joke right now. And also, seriously, do we need to start a betting pool?
How long CM Punk gonna last?
I realize how crass that sounds, but for $5, if you wish to buy in, no.
Yeah.
But also there was talk of the wrestlers saying, "How do you feel about CM Punk being back?" And everyone's being all positive and lovey-dovey and saying, "Hey, if he can contribute, great." But here's where it gets real interesting. After the cameras went off at Survivor Series, there's points where Seth Rollins is just shouting at CM Punk and flipping him off. And apparently this is a toot angle, excuse me.
All right.
So there may not be animosity, but who's to say? But another thing was Drew McIntyre just walked out of the building, who was featured in the match. His team lost, obviously, so he stormed out, probably staying in character, but other reports are he got dressed and he just walked the fuck away. And I think his contract is going to be coming up pretty soon. So whether Endeavor, which now owns UFC and WWE, want to keep him around, is going to be an interesting story.
Gives a whole new meaning to future endeavors.
Well, and nowadays you're probably right, because there's a second option in AEW. So how much it's going to move the needle right now goes without saying. But leave it be said, look in my eyes, what do you see? A lot of Chicago fans are a cult of that personality that is CM Punk, because it's sports.
It's sports, so Tommy Milagro. Go team.
Yeah, and what are your odds are that he's going to last a year? I mean, what's the over-under you want to give to him at this point, man?
I give him a year tops.
You think a year?
I think a year tops, yeah.
Okay. So a year to this date, as we're recording live on air on November 26th. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. I'm going to be nice, and I'll go over, and I'll just say a year and a half. I'm sure the under is 6 months, depending on which wrestler decides to piss him off, but we'll see. We will see. Yeah. But yeah, that's all anybody would talk about. Who cares what happened in the matches? Yeah, CM Punk's back.
We got that going for us.
Yeah. So just expect that's going to be happening for a while, folks.
So not a hell of a lot of TV news happening here. I'm doing my damnedest to look anything up, and it's like,
All right.
You know, everybody's off for the thing.
Yeah. Oh, the whole you got to be around for the family because racism.
I will say I did check out Blue Beetle.
Oh, you did?
Quite enjoyed it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's on Max right now.
I know I need to watch that.
Is it a DC or a Marvel? I cannot remember.
It is DC.
Okay.
It is DC, so no worries there.
All right. Yeah, I quite like that.
And of course, Prime Video had Invincible. Oh
man.
my god. I forgot some of the stuff, but at the same time, I'm like,
Oh yeah,
how much more brutal can it be? And they keep answering.
yeah.
But yeah, Fargo's got my interest, as well as A Murder at the End of the World.
Oh yeah, how you liking that so far?
Well,
I'm
definitely.
a bit behind on it.
Well, Fargo.
Fargo. I'm up on Fargo, but the Murder at the End of the World.
It's definitely an interesting whodunit in Iceland. And apparently there's a little tech involved with AI. So
More than a little, probably.
yeah, just a smidgen.
Had you ever seen the OA?
No. And
It's a Netflix series. I don't know if it's still there.
Do I want to?
Britt Marling and the other guy, they created that series as well. Britt Marling starred in it, and it's fucking weird. It's fucking weird.
I don't know if I want to do that just yet.
You probably don't need to.
Yeah. But I am caught up on Monarch here and
Okay, Monarch Legacy of Monsters. Holy shit!
I didn't
The
think
the duel, Kurt and
Wyatt.
Wyatt Russell. Well done.
Well, again, it's just like it's so uncanny the way they both act so well, and obviously Wyatt's got a little bit more method than usual.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely liking that, and of course the monsters, they're awesome right there. I'm trying to think if there's been anything else that I watched movie-wise, and I mean, other than the Doctor Who thing, no, I haven't seen a whole lot of other movies today.
Well, here apparently the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade had its biggest TV audience ever.
Really?
28.5 million viewers.
Wow.
Fuck. What?
Those are huge. Those are huge numbers.
God damn. Okay.
And but apparently there was a little controversy where
Was there?
Well, somewhere in the parade there was some pro-Palestinian supporters there. Which I get it. I get what you're trying to do.
They're going to be there.
Yeah. But I that's the only thing I had on that. And of course there was sports ball. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, but that brings me to this point. This is what I saw over Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Somebody brought this up to me, and he told me that the way that he got this, unedited, without commercials, he went to this website called, I believe it was internetarchive.com.
Okay.
And that's where you could get all the movies, TV, whatever. And that's a great resource. You may want to take a drink for this, sir.
All right. Gladly.
Yeah. He had all of us watching the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Holy shit.
And again, perfect viewing of it. No breaks, no
Right.
lifted off of the TV with the
All
little
right.
vertical lines or whatever. Perfect.
I swear I read something about there's going to be a documentary about the making of the Star Wars Holiday Special.
What?
Yeah.
Shut up.
I do not recall where I saw that, but I'm pretty sure I did see it.
Well, here's what I'm thinking.
Disco Star Wars.
Well, and here's some of the things that I didn't realize. I kind of remembered a little bit of it when I was a kid, but after watching it again, I didn't realize Harvey Korman was in it, and B. Arthur. Mm-hmm. So,
Oh, yeah.
and it was, even if you took away the Star Wars stuff, and then the animation, oh my fucking God, that was just delightfully horrible. So,
Okay.
I think we need to go to the office. We need to set up a time, and we need
A screening for this? Okay.
yeah.
All
So I'll try to take point before I leave for Sacramento.
Oh, when's that happening?
That's going to be happening on December 15th.
Okay.
So we may have to make it a Sunday thing. I'm just saying. So
right.
I'll see if it's possible to work my magic between now and that point. So,
Okay, cool.
yeah. But who would love to see all that Star Wars glory right there? Who would love that?
I mean, if you can get a good copy of it, yeah.
I think, if I can't do it, I know the guy I think maybe he can work his magic.
You probably know
somehow.
a guy.
Yeah.
You know a guy who knows a guy.
I know a guy who knows a thing, who knows something. Oh, it is going to be delightfully horrible.
Yeah. This Coyote versus Acme movie, John Cena.
Oh, yeah. I was going to ask you about that. Have you heard of it?
Warner Brothers said, fuck it, we're burying it. But now they've said, now we're opening to sell it to somebody.
Yeah. Has anybody picked up on it?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
But at least there's a good chance we'll actually get to see it sometime.
And may I highly recommend David Zaslav because you listened to this and you know what you did was wrong. So fuck you, and please sell it to this is some place we care about. Let's say Hulu, for example. Just a thought right there.
Hulu would be good.
Yeah.
My guess would be either Netflix or Prime Video. They have the most money.
Yeah. And if I had to pick between the two, if it's going to be Sophie's choice, Netflix.
Yeah.
So, and I'm fine with that.
And but we're still probably never going to see Batgirl.
We need to start a campaign for that. I think we need, and it's going to be real simple. All we need to say is WBD is sexist, and how dare you put Batwoman in a corner? Nobody puts Batwoman in a corner, and that should get the ball rolling. I mean, shaming is such a wonderful technique, you know?
It usually works.
Yeah.
It usually works.
I'm just saying people are expressing, and plus it's better than thinking about real problems.
Yeah. So we're gonna wrap it. We're gonna get out of here, and I'm gonna tell the people. We've already mentioned a whole lot of shows we think you should be watching harder. My number one is Blackberry.
Oh, yeah.
Either the movie or the miniseries version.
You will not be disappointed.
Yeah, I think the miniseries version has about 15 extra minutes of footage, but apparently the movie was good enough. You won't even notice really.
Yeah.
Also, Pain Hustlers on Netflix.
Okay.
Emily Blunt quite enjoyed that, and one from last week. This is still on video on demand. I think it's going to show up on Netflix. Because it's a Sony movie. It's going to show up on Netflix probably in January. Dumb Money.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen. And,
Paul Dano.
Paul Dano, yeah. It's all about the GameStop stock market fiasco of 2020.
Those were wonderful times.
What a time to be alive. Whatever that was.
It's debatable, but
Yeah.
whatever. I'll just recommend Invincible, and until we get the Archer series finally.
That
won't be until the 17th. So
of December, yes.
And let's see. And I'll just the only other ones I'll recommend are Murder at the End of the World and Fargo.
Yeah.
And Juno Temple, motherfucker.
Yeah, apparently she was filming the final season of Ted Lasso and Fargo kind of simultaneously. So she had to juggle both of her accents
Yes.
between two sets.
Yeah. Well, there's three accents we're dealing with. Her native English tongue and English and Minnesota.
Yeah.
That's a King Hill trick right there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you betcha.
And also, here's a big one. I was going to contact Melissa Merlot about this. Maybe she heard about it on this show. Probably not. Love Has Won, The Cult of Mother God on HBO.
Yes.
The final episode drops this week. It's a 3-episode thing. It's about a woman who in southern Colorado who started a cult using her McDonald's managerial training to organize the whole thing.
Yeah.
And so it was mostly an online cult, but also she had a compound where about 20 people lived and worshipped at her feet. And she eventually died in 20. The cult is still happening. The cult is still a very active thing.
It is a thing.
But she died and from a combination of alcoholism, anorexia, and colloidal silver poisoning, which they were selling colloidal silver supplements over the internet.
Oh, fuck.
And apparently she was just drinking the shit like water to the point where she was blue when she died. Literally, her skin was blue when she died.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's some Alex Jones shit there. The whole colloidal silver thing. Don't drink that shit.
Yeah. Kool-Aid is great, but not Colloidal Silver. Goes
Yeah, so
without saying.
I can't wait to see the finale of that this week.
Oh, wow.
And anything else you would recommend besides the shows we've talked about? thus far?
Yeah, those would be the big ones I would just heartily recommend. And again, why aren't you coming sooner, Archer? Why?
True,
Why
yeah.
must I wait? I'm done.
Okay.
But that's all I got. But we should, before we head off into the sunset here, or, well, the sunset's gone.
Long gone.
But let us thank Outlaw Distillery for the spiced rum.
Yes.
The spice must flow into my rocks glass.
Yeah, all the Outlaw Distillery shit is good.
Oh, yeah.
But the spiced rum is something special.
Especially if you want to, make that eggnog a little bit more.
Oh, yeah.
More festive.
We're almost eggnog season.
Uh-huh.
It's been a minute since I've had some good rum and eggnog.
I'm just saying. People are saying. I am hearing.
Many people are saying yes.
But also thank our other fine sponsors, Sugar House Distillery, Ogden's Own Distillery, the fine purveyors of Five Wives, Five Husbands Vodka, Madame Hatterini Gin, Porter's Fire, Porter's Peanut Butter Whiskey, also the Porter's Rye Whiskey, the Underground, and of course, if you prefer to have some cans, whether it's from Sugar House or from Ogden's Own, they got some great selections there. I brought a couple of them over for Thanksgiving because you can't watch the Star Wars Holiday Special sober. Let's just not lie. And more importantly...
Apparently you couldn't make it sober either.
Yeah, there you go. And again, going back to Sid and Marty Krofft, if you want to know where LSD kicked in, there it is right there. I present Exhibit A. But more importantly, if you want to just kind of tame it out with some beer, try Bohemian Brewery. And of course, if you prefer something non-alcoholic, or if you want something to mix up with the drinks we mentioned,
You need some booze accessories.
then you need to head over to Booze Teak in downtown Salt Lake. They got all that you need, especially as holidays are around the corner and you need to find something for that special someone. Sure, you could do jewelry. Sure, you could do gold. But wouldn't you want to give that special someone a rocks tumbler set?
There you go.
Yeah. So think about that, you
Give
jerks.
the gift of booze this season.
It
Booze
is-
and booze accessories.
I mean, it is all about the holiday spirits. And tell them TV Tan Podcast sent you. And of course, if you want to rock up in our TV Tan shirts, we got a few available still. They are ready to be sold for the holidays. And I'm going to make it a special of $10. $10 right there. Email us with the subject line, T-shirt me now at tv10podcast@gmail.com. Put in your name, address, your shirt size, whether you PayPal or you Venmo. Why do you feel like crypto is a good idea? Why? No, just those items that I talked about.
Still with the crypto.
I will wait until they are crushed to dust. Anyway, I think that takes care of all that stuff.
All right.
And, hey, maybe if we do our holiday special at the office, maybe we'll sell them there for people that are interested.
Put them in a t-shirt gun.
Yes. Do we have a T-shirt gun?
We can, I'm sure we can rent one
Okay.
from Home Depot.
That's not going to, we're not going to kill
Or
anybody.
maybe
with it.
Party City or Zurchers. Seems like they would have one.
I would not doubt Zerkers at this point. Is it Zerker or Zerchers?
I don't know.
Who cares? Anyway, is that everything? Or
That's all.
all right. Then
Reach out to us on
Facebook, Zitter.
Yeah, I'll tell you what my new favorite drug is.
What's that?
Blocking advertisers on X.
It is a beautiful
Because Elon Musk is not killing the site fast enough on his own.
Yeah.
So I would recommend this if you're still on Twitter, X, and anytime you see anything labeled an ad, block it.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep doing that forever.
Okay. I'm totally fine with this.
Yeah, TV10 podcast and all the places and all the things.
And even Instagram.
Sure.
We're
yeah.
still a thing.
Yeah.
So, but is that taking care of everything and everyone?
Good night, America.
And yes, you jiggle that handle there. Yeah, I'll take that spice rum with me and yeah, I'll chug it down as I flush.
my discussing matters of state in moist repose bother you? Now, what is it you wanted to discuss?
Well, like I said, we're new in town. We thought we'd come open a collegial dialogue. Maybe let you know we're looking into the practices of your office.
Very unorthodox practices, possibly illegal.
Illegal, according to who? Maybe you weren't paying attention, but I am the law around here.
So you said.
Removable only by the governor or my constituents, who love me, by the way, because I say what I want, and I do as I please, and I know the difference between right and wrong.
Don't you mean legal and illegal?
Well, did you know that in North Dakota it is illegal for a charitable group to hold more than 2 poker games a year? And similarly, it is illegal to keep an elk in a sandbox in your own backyard, I shit you not. Now, if you were to own a tavern and serve beer and pretzels at the same time, I could arrest you. And in Waverly, the law forbids horses from sleeping in bathtubs. You beginning to get the drift here? I'm a sheriff of the American Constitution, bound by duty, blood, and tradition to enforce what is right and to prosecute what is wrong. And the law, my friends, has very little to do with it. So, Jaqueen, Mrs. Jaqueen, if you'll excuse me, I have some justice to administer.